Before you pay a single dollar for ElevenLabs, stop, because I'm serious. Some plans are real gems, and others are just throwing your money away. I've been paying for ElevenLabs for months. I use it almost every day to create content, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly which plan is best for you depending on what you do. Stick around because the last tip could save you hundreds of dollars. Look, I'm going to be honest with you from the start. When someone asks me where to start with ElevenLabs, my answer is always the same. Start with the free plan. And I'm not telling you this just so you don't spend money. I'm telling you because it makes way more sense than it seems. The free plan from ElevenLabs gives you about 10 minutes of audio per month with their highest quality model. I know it sounds like a little, right? But here's the trick that almost nobody tells you. ElevenLabs has a model called Turbo. It's basically a version that's a little less refined than the highest quality one. But watch out for this. The difference is minimal if you're doing voices in English or neutral Spanish. And the best part is that with the Turbo model, those 10 minutes turn into about 20 minutes of audio. It's that simple. You're doubling what you get without paying a single extra cent. I use it all the time when I'm trying out new voices or doing quick tests, because trust me, it doesn't make sense to burn premium credits when Turbo gives you almost the same quality. Now here's the part you need to be super clear about, because it's the big catch with the free plan. You can't use it for commercial purposes. What does that mean? Let me explain it simply. If you're going to upload a video to YouTube and that channel is monetized, that already counts as commercial use. If you use it for a client, same thing. If you use it for a course you sell, same deal. In other words, the free plan is meant for you to try it out, play around, experiment, and see if the tool is right for you, but not to produce content that makes you money. So who is this plan actually for? If you're someone who's just discovering the world of AI voices, if you want to use it for a personal project, for a funny WhatsApp message, or just to see how your cloned voice sounds reading a text, this plan is perfect. It opens the door for you, lets you experiment, and helps you decide if it's worth taking the next step. But if you already have a channel, or already monetizing, or you know for sure that you want to get serious about creating content with AI voices, then the free plan is going to fall short for you within hours, literally. Well, this is where the real dilemma begins, because ElevenLabs gives you two entry-level options that look similar, but in practice they're worlds apart. And just between you and me, this is the point where most people make the wrong choice. Let's start with the starter plan. It costs $6 a month and gives you about 1 hour of audio per month with the high-quality model. It triples what the free plan gives you, and here's the important part. You can already use it for commercial purposes. In other words, you can already monetize your YouTube videos, you can use it for clients, you can generate income with this without any legal issues. I'll be honest with you, the starter plan is ideal for a very specific person, someone who's just starting out, who uploads 1 or 2 short videos a month, or who needs the tool for something specific. If you're making 3 or 4 minute videos once a week, this plan will easily cover your needs. But if you're like many creators I know who are uploading 2 or 3 long videos a week, that hour is going to disappear in no time. And that's where the creator plan comes in, which costs $22 a month. Look, this plan is designed, just like its name says, for content creators. It gives you around 200 minutes of audio per month, which is basically 3.5 hours. And believe me, when you start producing content seriously, the difference is huge. But watch out for something that almost nobody explains, and that's one of the main reasons I recommend the creator plan over the starter, even if you think the hour from the starter plan is enough for you. Let me explain why. With the starter and free plans, if you go over the minute limit, that's it. You can't generate anything else until the next month. But with the creator plan, ElevenLabs lets you keep generating audio even after you go over the limit. They charge you an extra fee for every 1,000 additional characters, about 15 cents, but at least you won't be stuck with your video half finished on a Sunday night when you need to get it done. That little detail, that flexibility, is what, for me, totally justifies the price difference, because there's nothing worse than being in the middle of a production and having the tool tell you, nope, you're done for now. Up to this point, the plans are reasonable, manageable, perfect for regular creators. But what happens when you start to scale up? What happens when you're not just making 2 videos a week, but 10? Alright, now we're getting into the territory of the bigger plans, and this is where I need to be straight with you, because a lot of people end up overpaying for no reason, while others fall short thinking they're saving money. Let's start with the Pro plan. It costs around $100 a month and gives you about 1,000 minutes of audio, which is roughly 16 hours per month. Personally, I started paying for this plan when I knew I was serious about creating content, and I can tell you, it's a huge leap. You go from having to watch every minute to being able to produce content with peace of mind. Plus, with every plan upgrade, the cost of extra credits goes down. So the more you grow, the cheaper each word you generate becomes. Now, here's an option a lot of people overlook, the Scale plan, which costs $300 a month. This plan's designed for some very specific teams. It gives you 1.8 million credits per month, but the most interesting part is that it includes 3 workstations, team collaboration, and 3 professional voice clonings. Look, if you're producing your content alone, this plan isn't for you, just being honest. But if you already have a team, an editor, a scriptwriter, or you're running a small content agency, then it really makes sense. It's the perfect plan for that in-between stage where it's not just you anymore, but you're not a big company yet either. And then there's the business plan, which costs $990 a month, and now we're talking about the big leagues. You get 6 million credits per month, 10 workstations, 10 professional voice clonings, and something really interesting, low latency text-to-speech starting at 5 cents per minute. Ideal if you're building real-time applications or products. This plan isn't for YouTubers anymore, I'm telling you straight up. This plan is for companies, for large agencies, for people integrating AI voice into commercial products. Now, let's quickly talk about the model you're going to use, because that can also save you a lot. ElevenLabs basically has 2 main models, the high-quality multilingual one and the Flash or Turbo model. If you're doing voices in English or even in neutral Spanish, the Flash model works perfectly for you and uses half the credits. If you're creating content in many languages or need the highest quality for a professional production, then I do recommend the high-quality model. But for regular YouTube creators, Flash is more than enough and doubles what you can produce. And now the tip I promised you at the beginning, the one that can save you hundreds of dollars. ElevenLabs has an enterprise plan, which is basically a custom plan where you contact them, tell them how much you're going to use, and they give you a special, much lower price. Sounds tempting, right? But watch out for something, because here's a detail that almost nobody tells you. The enterprise plan ties you down. They lock you into a contract for a set period, making sure they get your recurring payment. And let me ask you, what happens if in 6 months a better and cheaper competitor comes out? Because the world of AI moves super fast, and what's king today might not be tomorrow. And that's it.